Hey friends, today we will be doing our highlights and underlines for our story that we listened to yesterday called Weird Friends, Unlikely Allies in the Animal Kingdom. So let's go ahead and start off. And when you open your assignment, you will see this. Remember that you can hide the image to help you see more of the words in the story to help with your computer and your screen. Okay, so what you're going to do is you are going to click the Close Read tab over here. Close Read. You might have to double click it or click it twice to get those drop down options to pop up. You are first going to do Analyze Text Structure. You're going to put that drop down menu down, and then let's listen to this paragraph.
Authors use text structure to organize information. Recognizing text structure helps readers understand ideas and how ideas are related. One type of text structure shows problems and solutions. 1.
Okay, here we go. We're going to start doing our underlines where it says my turn. It says complete these close read tasks for weird friends. Underline parts that help you analyze text structure. Let's take a look at the first one. It says underline the details in paragraph 2 that help you recognize the clownfish's problem and the solution to its problem. So let's take a look at paragraph 2. And when you're rereading, you're going to reread paragraph 1 first, and then you can go on to paragraph 2. It says, the bright little clownfish needs protection from its enemies, so it chooses a poisonous sea anemone to be its bodyguard. For about an hour, the clownfish carefully darts in and out of the anemone's deadly tentacles. Little by little, it becomes immune to their sting. Then it moves on. The clownfish is safe from predators. So is the anemone because its enemy, the butterfly fish, is afraid of the clownfish's bite. Okay, so I definitely see where the clownfish has a problem. So let's see. The problem I can see is that the bright little clownfish needs protection from its enemies. That is its problem. So I am going to underline and I get to pick my color and I'm going to click save. But now I'm not done yet because I need more evidence from the text that tells me the solution to its problem. Ooh, a lot of times the authors in informational text will put the solution after the problem. So let's see. The bright little clownfish needs protection from its enemies. That was the problem. So it chooses a poisonous sea anemone to be its bodyguard. That's its solution to its problem. So I'm going to underline that too. All right, and I hit save and X. All right, I'm going to do one more of these underlines before we move on to our highlights. This one says, underline details in paragraph 5 that allows you to recognize the shrimp's problem and the solution to its problem. Okay, paragraph 5. Let's read it now. One species of shrimp is completely blind, but it knows how to get help. It digs a hole in the sand, crawls in, and waits for a goby fish to swim in for shelter. The goby has a place to hide, and the blind shrimp has a guide to lead it when it's safe to go out. I see a problem that the shrimp has. Well, I see that one species of shrimp is completely blind. That helps me recognize that there is a problem. The author stated a problem. Now, let's see if we can find the solution. But it knows how to get help. It digs a hole in the sand, crawls in, and waits for a goby fish to swim in for shelter. The goby has a place to hide, and the blind shrimp has a guide to lead it when it's safe to go out. So I definitely see a solution to this problem for it being completely blind. Well, right here it says it digs a hole in the sand, crawls in, and waits for a goby fish to swim in for shelter. There we go. That's a solution. Those are details in paragraph 5 that allow us to recognize the shrimp's problem and the solution to its problem. Okay, so you are going to do all of these close reads. When you get to number 2, you can stop. I just want you to do what it says for number 1. Okay, now let's go to our highlights. I'm going to click close read to get that to go away. Oops, actually, I'm going to click this little triangle. There we go. And then I'm going to click the second triangle, evaluate details. Let's listen to see what the book has to say.
While reading informational text, look for details that help you understand important ideas. Evaluate or judge which details best support these ideas.
So we are looking for details that help us understand important ideas. Okay, let's go to number 1. Number 1 says, my turn. Complete the close read tasks for weird friends. Highlight details that help you understand the important ideas. Let's look at the first one here. It says, highlight the series of details in paragraph 1 that describes different ways that animals help one another to survive. Evaluate these details to determine an important idea. Okay, so we're looking for details in paragraph 1 that describes different ways that the animals help one another to survive. I will read paragraph 1. Sometimes in the wild, animals you might think could hurt each other actually help each other in surprising ways. They share food or a home. They warn one another about approaching predators. They cluster side by side for protection. Some animals even give others a good bath. Their survival often depends on these weird friendships. Ooh, okay. Do you see any details that describe different ways animals can help each other to survive? Ooh, I see some right here. They share food or a home. That's definitely a detail that we can highlight. What about they warn one another of approaching predators? Yeah, for sure. What about they cluster side by side for protection? hmm That is a detail that describes different ways the animals help one another to survive. And there's more. Some animals even give others a good bath. There is another detail that helps us understand how animals help one another to survive. There we go. All right, let's go on to paragraph or number the second one here. It says highlight details in paragraph 7 and 8 about ostriches and zebras that explain the advantages they have against predators. How do these details help you understand how animals can protect each other? Wait a second, we forgot one thing in the one before. We need to evaluate these details to determine an important idea. Well, I think all of these details that we highlighted describe how animals work together to survive. Okay, let's now move on to the next one. Highlight details in paragraphs 7 and 8 about ostriches and zebras that explains the advantages that they have against predators. How do these details help you understand how animals can protect each other? Okay, let's go to paragraph 7 and 8. And by the way, before I said that you have to read paragraph 1 before you do paragraph 2, I actually decided that you don't need to do that. You can skip around and just read whatever paragraph it tells you to. Okay, here we go. Number 7 says, ostriches have terrific eyes. Zebras have terrific ears. When the two get together, nothing can sneak up on them. That's why ostriches and zebras often roam the savanna together, chomping on seeds and grasses. The ostriches look and the zebras listen for predators. The first to detect a hungry lion warns the others, and before it can attack, they all flee to safety. Okay, we are looking for details in these two paragraphs about ostriches and zebras that explains the advantages they have against the predators? Well, I definitely see right here that it says ostriches have terrific eyes, zebras have terrific ears. That is definitely an advantage. Both of them have an advantage over the predators. If they have good eyes and good ears, they can listen and look. So I'm also going to highlight right here the ostriches look and the zebras listen for predators. Hit the save button there. Okay. Now let's talk about this. How do these details help you understand how animals can protect each other? Well, it tells me that animals can work together and use their strengths to help each other and to survive together. If they're working together and both using their strengths, then they can both survive, hopefully. Alrighty, my friends. You are going to be doing all of these highlights till you get to number 2 here, and then you are going to stop. You only need to do number 1, all the highlights, and all of the underlines. Alrighty, friends, it is your turn to give that a try. We're doing our highlights and our underlines. Have a wonderful time and have a great rest of your day.